Switching it up.
We're switching it up.
We're starting now.
We're having fun.
We're moving because we're live. We're going to start out with a Mighty Flex joint. A Mighty Flex joint. So today's special value are the probiotics. All right?
This is some joint.
This is some joint. This is our pick, going to be up later. Let's start out with this. A 60-day supply of what is going to be 2 a day.
Yep.
And what we're calling the Mighty Flex joint. It looks similar.
Sure does.
But it's what's inside that counts.
Right. And it doesn't taste anything like either of the other ones.
It does not. Okay.
No.
Because what's inside here? I'm going to try one right now.
Yeah, try one. See what you think.
Okay.
That's the fun thing. Each of these gummies that you're going to see today has a totally different flavor. And
It's a little spicier.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. A little spicier.
You know where that comes from?
Yeah.
So this ingredient is actually from a special breed of cucumber, and it was discovered that a compound from this cucumber in human trials actually improved joint pain, improved joint discomfort.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we are the first to get this, and so I said, well, everybody knows you can go to Costco or wherever and buy joint support supplements, but you can't get this, number one. Number two, if anybody's tried those big joint support pills, they're pretty big honking guys.
Okay.
And my patients, and I see patients 6 days a week still, my patients don't want to swallow these big things. But I said, hey, what if I put that ingredient in a gummy that has no added sugar, no artificial colors? We'll put polyphenols,
Which we love from the Mighty Reds.
which we love from the Mighty Reds. The color comes from those polyphenols, and polyphenols are antioxidants. So the combination of this really cool ingredient from cucumbers, plus the polyphenols, plus the fiber, gives you that wonderful taste. And it's got, so the actual name of the trade name of this cucumber ingredient is Q-actin.
Nothing to do with QVC, just Q-actin.
I know,
right?
but why don't you claim it?
Yeah, right.
Why not? It's got vitamin C, a whole day's supply of vitamin C. It's got fiber. We've been talking all day about how important it is to get fiber.
And people are on the line for today's special value already, by the way. There's 2,500 remaining. That's going to sell out. It's coming up in a few minutes, so stay tuned. Great. So it's got antioxidants.
Exactly. That's what all these polyphenols are doing.
Fighting those free radicals, right?
Exactly. Very good.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool when you actually have a human study that shows that Q-actin. Can we put that last one back? Well, it improved knee comfort, joint comfort, and joint health. And what they literally did is they did a placebo-controlled trial where some group got the real stuff, some group got the fake stuff. Only the folks that got the real stuff, even though they thought, they didn't know it was real or not, they had the results. So it's really exciting when a human trial can show something of benefit.
Okay, great. I love how you get deep. Like, come to the place, man. You could do like hours and hours on gut, hours and hours on joints, hours and hours on digestive system, and so much more. Heart health. My gosh, this guy, surgeon for little kids, a pediatric surgeon. But here's my deal. I'm 64. I work out every day.
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan of lifting. I love to lift. I want to stay strong.
Yep.
The joint thing is a whole other, I don't pay attention to it as much. But the joint, I'm hearing from my friends, right? The joints, the ache, the hip flexors, and all those things.
Yeah.
Explain the joint in movement on a day-to-day basis and how it gets not as good as it used to be.
Well, it probably doesn't surprise you, Rick, that joint replacement, knee replacement, hip replacement is an epidemic among seniors.
So a knee replacement is a joint
Replacement. We've got these surfaces that are literally grinding together all the time.
Yes.
And many people can hear that grinding together.
Yes.
And so many of my patients go, oh, my knee is bone on bone, or my hip is bone on bone.
Friends and relatives.
Yeah,
exactly right.
And what we now know is that there are compounds that can actually prevent that damage. And if the damage occurs, you can also improve on that damage. You can actually repair things. And that's the exciting thing about this compound. That, and the other thing, so our joints, everybody hears about collagen, collagen for our skin. Well, our joints are composed of collagen, and the tendons around our joints are composed of collagen. The problem is collagen breaks down with time. The older we get, the less collagen we make, and we have to continually repair it. I put vitamin C in here because most people don't know that you could swallow all the collagen in the world and you'll never remake collagen in your joints because you have to have vitamin C kind of to knit it back together.
Boy, oh boy, there's another line, just like with today's special value. It's not just the probiotic. It needs to work with the postbiotic. So it's this recipe story of all of these compounds working together that makes it happen. That's great.
Yeah, so in other words, you and I are old enough where we were having a bowl of collagen probably several times a day. Do you know what it was called?
Bowl, I don't know.
It was for dessert.
Was it yogurt? Was it oatmeal? Was it ice cream? It
was Jell-O.
It was Jell-O. Of course it was Jell-O. It was Jell-O.
And, I tell all of my patients, you and I were eating Jell-O, a couple times a day.
That was my mom's, molds of Jell-O is a big thing.
Yeah, exactly. That was collagen. And if that was so marvelous for us, then all of us should have looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But nobody did. So I get a real kick with my patients who say, I'm eating all this collagen, and nothing's happening. That's because you gotta have more than just collagen. You gotta have vitamin C to knit it all back together.
So here's the 60-day supply, exclusive to QVC. A lot of people are already shopping for today's special value. It's coming up in a few minutes. So a 662-029. This is an entire hour of Gundry. It's called the Mighty Flex. This is the joint support. Looks the same, tastes a little different.
Yep.
What are you pointing to here, sir?
I just think, it's different. I make my products based on what I see happening to my patients. And I see patients 6 days a week, been doing this for over 25 years. So I know when I come up with a formula that this is going to work or it's not going to work. I don't go, gee, I heard about this great study. I think I'll go sell it on QVC. No, and as you know, and we've talked about this before, QVC is the toughest folks I've ever had to work with. We have to prove to you that what I claim, what I've seen actually works. And you guys are so mean.
You're calling me a pain in the you are, and I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I do too.
It's so great. Well, here's why. Because there's a lot of stuff out there on shelves, making a lot of dramatic claims. A lot of things on TV, a lot of things on this place. Have you heard about it called the internet?
Oh, yeah.
Right, where they're stealing your voice and right?
I'm on the internet, not as me.
Yeah, exactly right. Guess what? This is real deal. QVC, Gundry, together. So with today's special value, with the Mighty Reds, this will work together. Which brings us to now, with people getting today's special value already, it's rocking and rolling, the probiotic, postbiotic, prebiotic. Can I use them in accordance with one another?
Yeah, that's a great thing. So first of all, there's fiber in here. There's fiber in Mighty Reds. There's fiber in Mighty Biotics. The reason that's in there is that fiber is so deficient in our diets that we're supposed to have, bare minimum, 30 grams of fiber a day. I'll tell you, ancient humans, hunter-gatherers, eat 150 grams of fiber a day. And you go, whoa, and most people get maybe 5 grams of fiber a day, if we're lucky.
Really?
That's because
we are not getting enough fiber. I got one reason, because we're eating a lot of processed foods is one, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. In processing the food, we take away all that fiber because it doesn't store very well, it goes bad. And so our gut bacteria, the good guys, the gut buddies, absolutely have to have fiber to survive and to do all these health benefits.
Wow.
So 2 of these guys give you 4 grams of fiber. 2 of the Mighty Biotics give you 4 grams of fiber. 2 of the Mighty Reds give you 2 grams of fiber. So now we're up to 10 grams of fiber, just like that, with something that tastes really good.
It tastes great. A little spicier, than the wonderful navel orange of today's special value. Use them together with food, without food. Take them every day. The one thing I love, I mean, a lot of things I love about all of your items, but the simple fact, you know where I keep these? I don't keep them in the kitchen. I keep, not this, but I keep like the
Mighty Reds?
The Mighty Reds.
Yeah.
I keep them by my laptop. I'm doing work, boom, boom. Instead of a snack, I'll pop a couple of those, and I always have, because they're shelf stable.
Yeah.
I'm sitting right there.
Yeah.
I never forget them. Get them. It's the ease, the convenience. I know it's there. I know it's shelf stable. They're delicious, and you can pick them up right now. So I got a question for you. As people are shopping right now, this is a little off topic. Has to do with gut. Has to do with joint. What are your thoughts on like the all beef diet, like the Liver King guys, like the all protein guys? What is that for gut, and what is that for joint?
So many people accuse me, because of the Plant Paradox book, as being the father of the carnivore diet. Now, the reason for that is if certain plant compounds are bad for you, then all plant compounds are bad for you, and we should only be eating meat and not having any plants. That, number one, is not true, but I do have a number of patients who have gone on the carnivore diet, and they feel really good. Here's the problem. When I look at their blood work, which I look at every 3 months, even though they feel good, they're markers of inflammation in their blood, and everybody's heard about inflammation.
Of course.
And inflammation is really underlying all of our chronic diseases, including our brain health. Their inflammation numbers go up. That's why in my brand new book, The Gut-Brain Paradox, which just came out yesterday, we have an alternative for the carnivore diet, which is called the chicken and the sea diet, where you have pastured chicken, you have wild fish, you have wild shellfish, and you have fermented dairy products like certain cheeses, yogurts. And that has been fantastic for my patients.
Wow.
But for a short time only. It's kind of a reset.
And guess what? For 3 easy payments of 23, thank you for that answer, by the way. Love that. But threw him a total curveball, but look at this. He's got, not only did he have an answer, but he's got a book to back it up that just came out today. Now, there's a guy who's on top, who doesn't stop. As you're shopping now, 400 people are on the line picking this up, a 662-029. This is for joint support. We've got today's special value coming up in a couple of minutes. I want to get these. Let's go to some of these factoids again on the 60-day supply, why it's important for joint support, and what's in this that is different from the joint support stuff that's out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we all know joint support is incredibly important. Talking about the knees and the hips and the new this and the new that, right?
Oh, and yeah, I can't tell you the number of people that I see now, my patients, who are having shoulder replacements.
All the pickleball people, right?
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden, saying,
that was the great.
Doc, I need you. That's the greatest thing for doctors in the history.
You wouldn't believe it. My orthopedic colleagues think that pickleball, saved their career. They are having so much fun from all of us idiots, playing pickleball,
blowing out their hamstrings.
Okay,
right.
So there's this really cool species of cucumber that was discovered to have this ingredient that's called Q-actin. And in a study of daily use of this, improved knee comfort, joint health, but we didn't stop there. So that's great. But like I talked about, you got to have collagen in your joints. And what people don't know is you could take all the collagen in the world every day and bless your heart, go ahead. But you have to have vitamin C to actually knit that collagen back together. Collagen, I tell my patients, it's kind of like the rebar in concrete, when we're holding up buildings or putting a new pavement down.
Right.
So that collagen is that rebar. But you got to knit that rebar together. So you could take all the collagen in the world, but if you don't use vitamin C, you're not going to knit it together.
Does it break down naturally as we age?
Absolutely.
Is that what it is? It just breaks down.
Wear and tear.
Just like muscle breaks down.
Yeah.
Collagen breaks down.
Yeah.
You got to keep it up.
Yeah.
You got to keep it going with the right ingredients, the right exercise. Listen to the doctor. Aaron, our producer, when is the Today's Special Value coming up? Because it's 16 minutes coming up next. 16 minutes into the show. Today's Special Value coming up next. You can use this in accordance with today's Special Value. So let's just do 400 now order.
Huh? Nice.
Stay right there.
I'm staying right here.
You stay right
I'm not
there.
moving.
Because I want to.
The doctor is in.
Do the 1-2